What's up guys? In this video I'm going to show you one of the best Minecraft XP farms, which is also an Enderman farm. But quickly before we go, please remember to leave a rating and a comment, that helps me out a lot, and if you really enjoy, consider subscribing. But that's all, so let's get into the video. Okay, so first I'm going to quickly show you how the farming itself works. So basically you have this little platform at the bottom of the grinder, and all you have to do is just one tap the Enderman. Most of them, or actually probably all, are going to die on one hit unless they somehow glitch and don't take the full damage. And as you can see, I'm getting a ton of XP, and before I can even gather all the XP from here, a new Endermen are coming in, so I can keep killing them. You don't need the sweeping edge enchantment, you can literally use a wooden sword, or you can hit them with your fist. Let me show you if they come in here. Oh yeah, you can just one-shot them with your fist, but because of the default sweeping edge on the sword, you basically can kill tons of them, even with a really weak sword. Okay, so now for how the farm works. It's a really simple design. Basically you have all the rings in here that are less than 3 blocks apart, so the Endermen are not supposed to be able to fit in here, so it's just making sure they all land in your grinder, none of them miss or anything like this. And at the top you have an Endermite, of course he's named, so you need one name tag. And basically because the Endermen hate Endermites, so as you can see they are all coming in here trying to hit him, but you have trapdoors in here, so it's causing them to walk in here and they fall. Not to their deaths, but to half a heart of health, as you can see. And they can freely spawn on this platform as long as you're not too close, but because when you're down there waiting for them to spawn, you're far enough for them to spawn everywhere in here, so that's all fine. And they have a little corridor in here just to make sure they land in and not, like, I don't know, fall to the sides or anything like this. So it's just ensuring all of them fall to you so you can kill them. And of course, as you may have noticed, there is some water in there, because Endermen can even teleport to half slabs. Even though they can't spawn on half slabs, they can teleport to them. So you can just pour water on the top of your little house at the bottom to make sure none of the Endermen teleport randomly on top of it. Okay, so now for the building part. So first thing you will want to do is you're going to choose the side of the island on which you want to build your grinder. You will have to build at least 128 blocks from the island itself to ensure that the spawn rates are maximum. So you will want to choose a place like this probably to start your bridge, and then you're going to use a block that mobs will not spawn on. So for example, you're going to use half slabs or leaves or something like this. In case of half slabs, you have to make sure that you place them on the lower part of the block. If you place half slabs like this, mobs can freely spawn on them, and you don't want that. So yeah, you have to place them on the bottom part, and then of course, like using F3, this is going to be -Z. I'm on -122, so I have to go to about at least -250. And you basically just build in that direction until you hit the necessary point, or even further ahead just in case. It never hurts to be a little bit too careful. Okay, so as you can see, I built the whole bridge until I hit -250, which is the minimum, and I'm going to start building now. Keep in mind that you want your Y to be probably at least 50, so it's better to be a little bit higher. In this case, I'm going to start at 52 blocks, which is going to be fine. Okay, so now what you will want to do is choose a block that mobs can spawn on. If you don't have too many blocks, you can still use half slabs, just make sure to place them on the upper half, so like this. Yeah, like this. And then you want to build a spawning platform, which is going to be, for example, 25 by 25. It's something that's probably going to work pretty well. If you don't want it to be square, it's fine. Just make sure it has probably around at least 500 blocks in total, just to make sure the mobs don't spawn too slowly. So what I'm going to do exactly now is I'm going to count 25 blocks, and I'm going to build a little 25 by 25 square. Okay, so now as you can see, I have a 25 by 25 square, so this is going to be my spawning platform. And as you can see, Endermen are already spawning, so that's pretty good. So then you want to find like the middle. It actually doesn't have to be middle, but it just looks better if it's symmetrical. And you're going to place 3 blocks like this. This is going to be your bridge. And then what you will want to do is do a little ring like this. So it's a hole exactly 3 by 2. Then what you will want to get is trapdoors, and you will want to place trapdoors on this side and trapdoors on that side. You want to open all of them, and then you will probably need some normal blocks just in case, so I'm going to use cobblestone for building purposes. And then you want to build again the rings that are going to ensure that the Endermen are going exactly where you want them to go. So you can build 3 blocks and start placing slabs at the top half of the 3rd block like this. So you can do something like this, basically. Then I'm going to destroy this, and as you can see, this little tunnel is going to ensure that if the Endermen are going this way, they are not going to fall, for example, here or anything. They have to go in here and fall in here, because this is 2.5 blocks, they can't fit. So yeah, basically, as you can see, they just fall in. Then what you will want to do is build a little staircase for yourself for now, and you will want to go in here. You will need a minecart, you are going to need a lot of ender pearls, you're going to need a name tag, and you're also going to need a few rails. And then what you will want to do is build a little 3 by 3, you can use whatever blocks, just so you can place rails on them. And you will to close this for now. The point is, you want to spawn your endermite, and because as soon as it spawns, all the endermen are going to go aggro on this, you want to make sure this place is a little bit enclosed, so they don't attack it, they don't kill it before you can name it and hide it, etc. You have little place like this when the endermen are not going to be able to see your endermite. You will want to probably do something like this. This is going to be fine, and just enclose this a little bit more, so to make sure the endermite does not fall out. You will of course also need to name the name tag something, whatever, let's call it whatever. And now you're ready to go. What you will want to do now is just place a minecart in here and start spamming ender pearls. As soon as you see this little guy spawn, you want to name him and you want to push a minecart into him. He's going to start attacking you, so you want to break the rails as soon as possible so he can't get to you, because he's going to be propelling the minecart. And now you're pretty much done. All you have to do is now make sure he is still secure, so the enderman may teleport in here. So you will want to go out and make this place a little bit more secure for him. So for that exactly, you're going to use slabs on the lower half of this block to make sure nothing spawns up here. And you're going to make a little roof like this. And when you're done with the roof, what you will want to do is you will want to place rails in here. As you can see, they all got angry. You will want to place rails in here. You will want to block this off to make sure he doesn't fall off. You will want to build the rails under him, and you will want to push him in that direction. He's going to be really stubborn, it's going to be a little bit hard, but if you build rails like this, it's not going to be that much of a pain. As long as you don't have to push him upwards, which is almost impossible, you're going to be fine with this. Then you basically break the rails, he's going to be stuck in there. You break this block, you break the staircase, and yeah, as you can see, the farm is pretty much already working. So now just destroy this little part and the main mechanism is ready to go. So now you will want to build the rings, and to make sure the endermen are not a problem for you, you can just do something like this. So for now, as you can see, they are not going to be falling in there, and you can start building. Okay, so what you will want to do now is using water placed around here or something like this, so you can place blocks underneath this. You want to place exactly 42 of those blocks like this in a pillar. So this is 3, and you keep going until you hit the magic number of 42. And this is exactly my 42nd block placed. And then you will want to place 43rd block, and you will want to make a little platform exactly underneath their fall, 3 by 2 in here, and this is going to be where your endermen land on half a heart. And then of course around it you can build like all your stuff you're going to be sitting on. Just make sure the enderman can't reach you. So for example, place a block like in here. This is exactly 2.5 blocks, so the enderman cannot teleport in here or walk in here, but you can for example walk in here to pick up XP and items if need be freely. So you can just build something like this exactly. So what you will want to do now is just fill in this with either rings or just fill it with blocks. whatever works best for you, just to make sure like the Enderman can't fall in here. This is a problem if you don't have rings. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to use full blocks. It's not going to look really good, but walking is a little bit more important than looking good. But of course you can feel free to use anything, any kind of block. Just make sure the spots between the two rings are not more than 2.5 blocks, so the Enderman can't fit in there. And I finished placing all the rings. I got rid of water, replaced this block with a slab so it looks a little bit better. And as you can see, all the rings are 2 blocks apart, so the Endermen have no chance of falling in there. You can of course get rid of those blocks as well just to make it look a little bit better, but the most important thing is that you have rings and the Endermen are not going to fall into any of the holes. So now the last thing that is left is to open the gates for the Enderman and go down there to enjoy your free XP. And now I got to the bottom floor, and as you can see, all the Endermen are one hit. So all you have to do is get yourself, for example, a wooden sword and just farm away. And as you can see, more new Endermen are coming in, so it's working perfectly fine. If you have problems with anything, if I didn't make anything clear enough, if you need help with anything, feel free to leave a comment. I'm going to responding to all of them. I'm going to help out people if you have any problems. But I think the whole farm is done. Just for example, build yourself a little bit more space in here and make sure like they don't knock you, as you can see, because they can still hit you if you make them angry and stuff like this. But that's going to be it for this video. Again, please remember to leave a rating and a comment. It helps me out a lot. And if you really enjoyed, consider subscribing. Also check out my other videos and see ya.